If you struggle here and you hit 200 here with terrible habits, same thing's gonna happen over there, dude. The real transfer that you need is internal. You're not gonna last. You're just tucking tail and running. That's what everybody is doing. When we want to win in the portal era, we need to do shit differently. Let's be real. Everybody thinks they can just hit the portal. But most guys who enter it, they don't come out better. They come out exposed. The portal was supposed to create opportunity, but for a lot of players, it's turned into the get out of jail free card for the people who just can't handle adversity. In today's episode, we are diving headfirst into what the transfer portal really is and how you can maximize it. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Ian Miller. I was a college walk-on and I was a 9-hole hitter from Little League all the way to the big leagues, man. I was just like you, and the 9-hole is where the next generation of underdogs become champions. When it comes to the transfer portal, fellas, the grass isn't always greener. There is a myth of this quick fix where if we just transfer, tuck tail, run, get away from our problems, we can just start anew. It's the same grass, gentlemen. You are just bringing the same habits with you. Baseball players think that transferring means that they can get a fresh start. For whatever reason, we are going through adversity, whether we're not in the lineup or we're not playing the position we want. We aren't getting the innings that we expected or that was promised to us in getting us on campus. When we transfer, we think we're just going to get a new start because we're running away from those problems. This new university, the new school, the new lineup, the new uni is going to bring with it just blessings, right? Fellas, it's not. Dude, it's a uniform. It's a new uniform. You are still bringing with you the same habits, the same results. Just because we transfer, end up in a new lineup, end up with a new, thing in the front of our uniform, that we aren't just going to skip lifts. We aren't just going to get away from the cage and get that early work in that we know we need to. You don't just become a brand new, magically new player because you have a different jersey that fits you a little different and it's got different colors. You don't just become this new baseball player because you transfer. There are guys right now that have 4 schools on their career resume in 4 years. What does that look like to recruiters or evaluators at the next level? Guys making decisions about your careers. Guess what? That is a red flag for scouts, for coaches. That tells people that you just run away when stuff gets hard. You dealt with some problems and adversity here your freshman year. You ran away. Sophomore year, you grinded through some more stuff, but it wasn't for you. Ran away. Junior year, somewhere new. Senior year, somewhere new. And you want a major league organization to take a chance on you? You want another coach, a Division I coach, maybe a nationally ranked program, to take a chance on you, to give you that stage to level up? Come on, man. When I was in professional baseball, this was after college, right? But we're talking about reputation and that stuff coming with you, even getting into the locker room in the clubhouse before you transfer over, before you get traded over. I was in AA, AAA, and there was a guy that came over from the Oakland Athletics. And when he got traded over here to the Seattle Mariners, his reputation arrived in this clubhouse before he even stepped foot and put on a Mariners uni. We heard all about him, dude. We knew all about who this guy was, what kind of low character individual this guy was, what kind of reputation he came with, the excuses, the lies. There's a lesson to this, fellas. And just before I get away from that, he ended up living up to it. It was unfortunate, but this reputation came over here before he stepped foot in the locker room, and he ended up living up to it. It wasn't BS, dude. It wasn't a lie. Your habits and your character is going to end up traveling with you, regardless of if you get traded, if you transfer, you tuck tail and run, you just get away from adversity, man. Your stuff is still coming with you. You aren't going to be able to transfer away from that stuff. The portal has become like the escape hatch for accountability. Everybody can just transfer away from their stuff and not own their career. It's not my fault. It's this program's fault. It's this lineup's fault. This coaching stuff's fault. They suck. That's why I'm hitting a $112, right? Most guys don't use the transfer portal to grow, man. They use it to run away from their stuff, to start anew, to try to rip off a brand new page. Boom, I can start fresh. That stuff comes with you, fellas, right? You don't need a new team, okay? You need new standards. It travels with you, okay? Now let's dive into what coaches actually think. So we see these guys with multiple schools in multiple years. I get it. We got guys that are transferring left and right and not improving, just going backwards, regressing. We need to understand what coaches get paid to do. How do they feed their families, gentlemen? It is through winning. Coaches get paid to win. We have to understand that first and foremost. These guys are not getting paid at the D1, D2, D3, JUCO, NA, IA, whatever else there is, just to babysit your excuses. That's not how they get paid, dude. They get paid from the winning column. They get paid from postseason, dude. They get paid from advancements, moving on to super regionals, regionals, all that good, beautiful stuff. You've got to understand the system in order to start letting it be used to your advantage. Coaches make a living off of winning. That's what it is all about. You are trying to chase different things and going about your business the wrong way. We need to help those guys win first and foremost if we want opportunity and we want to maximize. You need to know what they're looking for, dude. They're not looking for victims. They're not looking for victims with really good excuses, polished over the years from 4 different transfer trips. They want competitors who can absolutely handle it. If you're the type of dude that is going to make a first-class excuse because that's what got you to the next program or got you through the season with subpar numbers, coaches, a winning program that values winning and values development is not going to take a chance on you. They want competitors. Guys at the next level want competitors who can handle this stuff and execute. Your baggage spreads faster than talent. Regardless of if you transfer out of state lines or out of the conference or wherever you're going, different levels, divisions, dude, baggage spreads. Coaches talk. Programs chirp. They stay in contact with one another even if they aren't best friends, dude. If you're the transfer guy that just runs, that reputation follows you, and that is coming with you to the next program, regardless of how far you try to run away. You cannot outrun that reputation that you've built over the years of being the guy with excuses, with no accountability, that can't own it. You can only rebuild that stuff through actions, through presence, through results, right? Building a track record, dude. If you want to rebuild it, that's how we do it, through your actions, day-to-day stuff. But looking back on my career, looking back at college, Wagner College, Staten Island, New York, wasn't great. Didn't have a good freshman year, man. After that freshman year where I hit 231, I wanted to transfer too. I didn't have a great locker room, dude. I didn't get good gear, dude. I had to fundraise for my stuff. I didn't even have a field on campus, dude. We had to go borrow somebody else's field in order to get after it. I wanted to transfer. Some of my teammates ended up leaving. Even my boys, even my guys that I went to war with my freshman year, they ended up leaving. They transferred. They chased other opportunities. That's great, man. Blessings to them. But I stayed. I faced the adversity, and then I ended up growing from it. That's what that stuff does for you if you learn to use it. And that's the road that led me not only to pro ball, but to the major leagues, man. Leaving would have costed me everything, and it would have ended up changing my life had I transferred away, tuck tail and run just because I had a dumpy freshman year. That was my fault. You can't run from who you are. You can't. You can only rewrite it because that stuff is going to be traveling with you regardless of what uniform you're wearing or how far away you're trying to run from it. Now let's dive into how to actually win in this portal era, okay? When it comes down to it, fellas, you need to bet on yourself. That is the only thing that matters in this situation, in this day and age. The game is changing. People can go left and right to a new school, new lineup, new year, new me. JUCO, I got a 12th year eligibility now. Brand new. Who cares? Who cares? Stuff's out of our control. Bet on yourself. That's how you win. But you have to back it up with action. And it's not just emotion. We talk about emotions in baseball, right? It's taboo. It's not a bad thing if you have emotions, but if that's what you are backing your validation up with and how you are betting on yourself with those emotions, getting fired up, dude, it's not how you're going to win, man. We need to back it up with action, okay? If your external circumstances or your external environment controls your internal belief, dude, you need a whole bunch of noise and stats and a great locker room and a great jersey and a great all this, dude, to fuel that internal belief in yourself and have confidence in yourself. Then you never truly trusted yourself to begin with. If all this stuff going on the outside is what makes you believe in yourself, dude, you're not going to last. You're not going to last. You're just tucking tail and running. That's what everybody is doing. When we want to win in the portal era, we need to do shit differently than everybody else and what they're doing, or else we're just going to get the same exact stats, results, career trajectory, maximization as everybody else, dude. Everybody hits 250, man. That's dumpy. That's Dumpy McGee. If we want to do what everybody else is doing, we're going to have those type of stats. If we want to do stuff different, if we want to win, then every day is a tryout. Somebody is always watching us. Somebody is always evaluating us, dude. From the vanilla reps to the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, runner in scoring position, 1-run ball game reps. If we are going about our business like that, if we are going about our business like we are being watched as soon as we get off the bus, every single rep, even when we can't see the coach around watching us, we are going to maximize. We are going to win in this portal era where we have fresh lineups and roster turnovers every single year. That's how we bet on ourselves the right way. You need to use your failure as feedback, not a reason to leave. You're going to fail 7 times out of 10 and you're going to make the All-Star team, dude. What are you doing with those 7 out of 10? If you're hitting 200 right here with dumpy habits, poor habits, dude, you're skipping lifts, you're skipping early work, dude, you're skipping, post-practice work. You're going to do the same thing over there. You're going to hit 200. You're going to have terrible habits. You're going to have terrible results. And you're probably going to try to tuck tail and run to the third program, man. Use your habits. Use your feedback and maximize, dude. This failure that we're going to have, that we have to have 2 times more than we succeed 7 out of 10 times, right? If we fail 7 out of 10 times, we're an all-star. And we are failing twice as much as we are winning 3 out of 10. If you struggle here and you hit 200 here with terrible habits, same thing's going to happen over there, dude. The real transfer that you need is internal. That's what you need to transfer. You need to transfer from like the victimhood. Why me? Why is everything going against me? To belief. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your work and your actions, dude. The portal doesn't lie. The portal reveals who you are, and it's going to be important for you to know that as you go about your career and looking to win in the portal area. The portal era. The best transfer portal might be internal, okay? It's not going to be external, fellas. If you can't win where you are, you're not going to win somewhere else. The portal isn't going to be the enemy, dude. Your habits are. Be so consistent, be so resilient, and so good that these guys just can't let you go. That's going to be the secret to success. This is the 9-hole, where underdogs learn how to win the right way. Man, I appreciate you being here. Until next time, keep grinding.